Eric B's Daily Vlogs.
All right, another episode of Eric B's Daily Vlogs in the podcast studio. And this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you scenes in the movie Shang-Chi. The scenes that were actually filmed in San Francisco. And due to copyright issues, I'm not going to play the movie. We'll just try to do a screenshot. Let's take it on the other side. Let's get this started.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Welcome, everyone. It's my Daily Vlogs channel, Eric B's Daily Vlogs. Had fun doing the Eternals, and everybody was laughing because on my my thumbnail picture, I was looking bored, right? I mean, 2.5 hours of watching the Eternals for something that we haven't. What is it? For something that we didn't know what to expect. So, but in this episode of the Daily Vlogs, Eric B's Daily Vlogs, you see I have Simu Liu to my left. Then I have Tony Chiao, his dad, to my right. It's my right. So if you guys are looking at it on the screen, it's your left, but it's my right. This whole OBS thing is killing me. I'm wearing the San Francisco Giants shirt because I want to, again, show you guys scenes in the movie Shang-Chi that was actually in San Francisco. There was a lot that was actually in San Francisco. There was some, you know how Marvel does it. They do their Marvel magic. They'll show you scenes in San Francisco. Then they'll do a cut scene and it's all of a sudden Atlanta. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Go check out my vlogs where I showed you San Francisco filming locations of Ant-Man and the Wasp. That was actually in San Francisco. I actually went around the parts in Ant-Man and the Wasp when I showed you guys the filming locations in that movie. And with this right now, that I could show you, I could easily do that. I probably will do that. But right now it's a lot easier to do this. Just again, you guys know who follow me. Health reasons, I can't really go out as much. So that kind of vlog requires me to go walk around, park the car, walk to the location, film it there. So this one is a lot easier for now. Then I will definitely go out. I did a filming location of Always Be My Maybe. So if you guys check out the links to the description below. But let's get started with what we always do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my scenes again. You're going to see me come down. Where's my camera? I can't even point. It's going to be right here. That's going to be right in this area. And here we go. As we're going to watch the trailer of Shang-Chi. And we're going to go from there. Then we're going to, again, show you clips of the San Francisco scene. So let's go ahead and watch the trailer first.
Throughout my life, the 10 rings gave our family power. If you want them to be yours one day, you have to show me you are strong enough to carry them.
Strong. Be strong like a warrior.
You are a product of all who came before you.
Michelle Yao.
The legacy of your family. You are your mother. And whether you like it or not, you are also your father.
Your father.
I told my men they wouldn't be able to kill you if they tried.
Crazy scene if you guys watch the movie.
Glad I was right.
You're just a criminal who murders people.
Be careful how you speak to me, boy.
Ooh. Be careful, boy. That's your papa.
I thought I could change my name. Start a new life. But I could never escape his shadow.
Simu Liu. Razor Fist.
My son, you can't run from your past.
Is this what you wanted?
Shang-Chi. The Legends of the Ten Rings. Bong!
Thank you.
All right, the movie's already out. So if you guys are trying to watch the movie, it's already out. It's on Disney Plus. So I apologize if, you guys, I don't even want to say spoiler alert. You guys should have already watched it, especially you Marvel fans. You already should have watched it. Again, so this is the next phase of Marvel, right? Marvel's, they got rid of the Avengers, or, the Tony Stark and the Chris Evans. We still doing the whistle to Chris Evans? Can't we say Simu Liu? Okay, we can say Simu Liu, right? What about Michelle Yeoh? All right. What about Ben Kingsley? We're going to laugh on Ben Kingsley? What about Ben Kingsley? Oh, okay. All right. Michelle Yeoh? All right. Anyways, if you guys don't know the plot of the movie, I'm not going to go talk to you guys about the plot like I did the Eternals. I'm trying to get comfortable in my chair here. I'm not going to bring or tell you guys the plot, but the plot of the movie pretty much, it goes back to 2013's Iron Man 3, where the Mandarin, played by Ben Kingsley, Trevor Slattery, who they hired him to be the Mandarin. He was a local terrorist. Yeah, so that's pretty much how the movie of Iron Man 3 ties into this. And then in the movie, the dad, Tony Chiao, played by Zhu Wenwu in the movie, who is the owners of the Ten Rings, the original the Ten Rings. He tells his son, in the beginning, I was given names, and when he didn't take off, or when he didn't have his 10 rings for a while, some organization took over and tried to give him the name, the Mandarin, and he was like making fun, like they gave me the name of an orange and a chicken, the Mandarin chicken and Mandarin orange. It was kind of funny, and again, it was kind of cool homage, because in Iron Man 3 it was fake. There was no Mandarin. There was no such thing as the Mandarin, right? So, I like how they said that whole thing. I'm gonna move this over here because we're gonna be doing the screen right up here. We're gonna be doing the screenshots up there, but I'm actually just gonna remove that. Put it back where it normally is. And we're just going to remove it for now. But yeah, so it was kind of a cool homage to Iron Man 3 and the whole story of the Mandarin and how the Mandarin and the Ten Rings, because we didn't even know what the Ten Rings was in Iron Man 3. But I'm glad that they brought this up here in Shang-Chi. And, it was an all-star cast. Awkwafina was in there. And Awkwafina, like in the Eternals, you have to have that one non-superhero person that'll just bring comedy to the role. And Awkwafina did a good job in doing that here. Michelle Yeoh was in here. Menger Zhang, who played his sister. Fao Lao Chen, who played Li, his mom. And then Hua Yen, who played Master Gong. And if you guys don't know who Hua Yen is, he was in Kung Fu Hustle. He played the landlord of the building. So, who else? Razor Fist was in here. There's a bunch, again, all-star cast. It was a pretty cool cast to see. And let's go ahead and show you. So again, I'm going to just show you guys scenes of San Francisco that they shot. I'm not going to show you other areas just because I can't. So we're going to pop the screen here. This is the scene, the beginning scene. We just saw the mom and dad get into it. He's watching his mom. Or he's remembering his mom because, that she passed away. So again, we're going to just skip through this and I'm just going to show you scenes. He's giving her the pendant, telling her, you'll always be a part of me. So this is San Francisco, supposedly San Francisco. He's waking up. He gets a postcard from his mom. There you have a iconic shot here in San Francisco, over there up by the Golden Gate Bridge. If you guys are ever driving in that area, you guys will always see that. I love going up there. It's a trek. It's a hike to go up there. That's actually above every other higher spot in San Francisco, but it's a cool spot. This next scene, it's not working for me. Hold on. This next scene. Yep. Don't want to do that. So they're pulling up. I believe this is the Fairmont, right? It's a Fairmont Hotel. It's one of the biggest hotels here in San Francisco. So BMW pulls up. You can see the background. You can see, what is that? The Hyatt. I think that's the Hyatt. Oh, no, that's the Hilton in the background. That big tall building right there. That's the Hilton. This is up there on California Street. Grace Cathedral is literally right across the street. Top of the Mark. The Mark Hopkins is up right next door. Where else? So, you know, they're valet drivers. You can see their valet is Awkwafina's face because she's gagaing over that BMW. It's a BMW. Come on. They're arguing over who's going to drive the car. She's telling them she's Asian, whatever. So these scenes right here, it's like a really fast scene. So, but they're driving through San Francisco. I'm going to try to skim through all this. What I'm going to do is we're going to play the scene out, but we're just going to keep the volume down. So she's trying to talk him into driving the car. She's saying she's, you know, da-da-da-da-da. She's an Asian Rusty Wallace. Rusty Wallace? I forgot the car, the driver, the NASCAR driver she says she is. But they're arguing over it. She gets her way. And then they show them driving what looks like that right there. Let's go back just a little bit. That looks like California Street to me. See, that looks like right there. If we zoom in to the, I can't zoom in right there, but the street sign on the top right corner of the thing there, it's kind of funny because in the first scene, the scene right before this, again, I'm trying to skim through it and it's not letting me skim that. It's just jumping scenes too fast. But see this scene right here, you see cable car lines. And if you're from San Francisco, narrow street, cable car lines, that's not Powell Street. So they're not on Hyde. So they're probably like on one of those small streets like Sacramento Street. I think that's what they are. Because again, small street, the Powell Street line is wide. So that can't be on Powell Street. So that's definitely not Powell Street where they are. Let's see where else. It's telling me my page is unresponsive. Everybody's watching Shang-Chi. Is that what's going on? Let's go ahead and turn this off real quick. But yeah, so what Marvel loves to do is they love to do scenes where it looks, you'll have famous shots of San Francisco and then they'll cut to another scene later on. Disney Plus just said it's not working. So I'm reloading the page. Don't worry, we're not live streaming, so I'm not going to show you guys the scenes. But yeah, Marvel loves to do that. Not just Marvel, but every other, movie industries. Like in Always Be My Maybe, that was supposed to be San Francisco, and most of it was San Francisco. There was a scene where they're driving up and down Geary. They were just like doing loops around down Geary, and you can see famous buildings in the background on Geary. But there was a scene where they're supposed to be on Clement Street, and the signs was totally different. So it's obvious that it wasn't Clement Street. So let's see if I can skim through these. So she's, like I said, so this scene right here, you can see the cable car lines there. You can actually make out the street just a little bit. It's really fast. And again, this is one of those scenes where it's like you blink and you miss it. See, the blink and you miss it where they are. But it looks like they're up in Nob Hill somewhere. That one scene right there. Going back to that scene. It's hard to skim when you're watching Disney Plus, but that one scene, I'll go back to it real quick. So cable car lines, you see the cable car lines, and then all of a sudden she does a 360 right there. So that's on Hyde. So I'm going to pause it right there. That's on Hyde. And on the other side of that, like literally on the other side of that, is Lombard Street. And this is when you're coming up Lombard, and then you want to go down Lombard. So this is the other side of Lombard Street. It's obvious right there just because that's where the cable car stops when you're taking the Lombard cable car, or the cable car from Lombard, or the Hyde Street. Sorry, the Hyde Street cable car. You take it, you start over at Fisherman's Wharf, and it takes you down to Powell Street, I believe, is where the Hyde Street cable car goes. But this is that opening scene, San Francisco. We're given San Francisco. There's this one cool shot in the beginning of San Francisco, when right before he wakes up in his bed, where it just shows, you can tell you're in San Francisco, because it shows Alcatraz, and I'm trying to skim through all this. Well, again, it's I keep missing Alcatraz, but it's, again, we all know it's San Francisco. See? Alcatraz, San Francisco, Transamerica Building, all that cool stuff that you see. And I'm glad they did this scene. When I saw this movie, I'm not kidding. If you look at the movie, and I'm looking at my big screen over here, but if you look at the movie, if you look at where it is, you see the two iconic buildings San Francisco has, the Transamerica Building and the Bank of America Building. Bank of America Building was made famous in 1977, 1976. There's a movie called Towering Inferno. So that big brown building is the bank. It's was called the Bank of America Building. I don't know if it's still called the Bank of America Building, but then you got the Transamerica Building right there, the pyramid, a lot of people knows. Then in the background, you see Sutro Tower, which a lot of people call Twin Peaks. And what I love about this scene is they don't show Salesforce. If you're from San Francisco, a true San Franciscan, and not a millennial that moved here from somewhere and says, oh, I'm a San Franciscan, Salesforce is not part of the San Francisco skyline. So I'm glad they took this shot right here and they excluded Salesforce. I don't know if Salesforce is in any of the shots, but I'm glad they did that. Okay, so we're going to skim again. This is the scene where they're pulling up in the tower, or the hotel. Now, this restaurant that they're in right now, I want to say this is a famous restaurant in San Francisco. I almost want to say Static Grill. If you watch the movie, let's go just press play just a little bit. If you look at the background and you look at the way everything's set up, even in the beginning, see, that looks like it could be Thaddeus Grill. It could be. I'm not sure. I haven't been to Thaddeus Grill in like forever, but that looks like it could be Thaddeus Grill. It's definitely a restaurant inside San Francisco. I just got to do my research on where in San Francisco, but that's definitely San Francisco. It's just, again, a matter of where in San Francisco. The next scene, they're leaving the karaoke bar. They're hungover, or they go to a karaoke bar. They're hungover. They just do a karaoke scene. And the scene right after this, you see them sleeping. And then the very next scene, you see Samu, Shang, or whatever your name is. The very next scene, when they're walking out from being passed out, I'm going to hit the play button. Oh, don't have to. Right there. That dim sum place is on Clement Street. That's a dim sum gourmet between 7th and 8th Avenue. And when I saw this scene, I was like, wow, I love this scene. This is a perfect scene because it's actually showing San Francisco. So it's a dim sum place on the corner of Clement, on the corner of 7th, and then 8th Avenue is like, it's in between 7th and 8th Avenue. And then the very next shot, that right there, let me get rid of the words. If you look at the top, so this is Meiwa. So this is Clement Street's produce grocery store. And I did a couple vlogs here. And the reason why I know, if you look up in the corner, the top corner above the guy's head, you see the old Radio Shack sign? That's actually still there. The dim sum place is right on the other side of where I just showed you guys, right? So that's a cool homage to San Francisco right there. It's showing us Clement Street. It's showing us Meiwa, again, a famous... Everybody goes there. If you want to buy produce, if you want to buy cheap alcohol, that's where you go. If you want to buy meat, that's where you go. It's a cool place to shop. Again, Meiwa's on Clement Street. And then the only way, you can see the big 8th Avenue sign right above my hand. Can't do it, but right above there, you can see the 8th Avenue sign. And I don't know if it's green. I don't know if Marvel had to do that, because I don't remember San Francisco signs being green. So I don't know if that was put in for the movie or if that's there. I have to double check. I do frequent Clement Street a lot, so I have to double check. But usually movies, they like to emphasize where they're from or show where they're from. And they did a big shot of 8th Avenue right there. Oh, I'll play it just a little bit. So they're showing the guys put away. Then this shot right here, for a minute I thought, okay, there's a plant store on Clement Street. Is this Clement Street? So we play it just a little bit. And then they do, see that rug store? They did do this shot, that far shot. Play it again just a little bit. Right there. That's definitely not Clement Street. Too wide, too big. It could be, I was thinking maybe, I was trying to look at the phone numbers on the awnings. It could be somewhere in Oakland. It could be in Oakland, Chinatown. But again, Marvel's very infamous on taking shots outside of the area that they're shooting. So this could be in Atlanta. They're based in Atlanta. So this could be a Chinatown in Atlanta, an Asian section in Atlanta. But it's cool because if you look at the scene right here and you look at the guy who has the red basket and you look at what's below him, you see these in all these little Asian, we call junk stores, the little stools. I kind of wish they had the brooms, because you see that a lot. So it's kind of cool, and it's kind of cool how the people who are extras, they're just playing their role. And I'm pretty sure the guy who's like, dude, I don't need to be an extra. I'm gonna work. I gotta make sure these produce are put away. So that's a cool homage to whatever area that is. Again, I was trying to find a name. I was trying to zoom in, and I couldn't zoom in to see what area this is. Whether it's Oakland, it's definitely not San Francisco. It's definitely not Chinatown. It's definitely not Clement Street. Someone told me, hey, maybe it's Irving Street, because Irving has a big Chinese, community there as well. The buildings on the back looks too big to be Irving Street, and the street's too wide to be Irving Street. So I don't think it's Irving. I think it's either, again, Oakland or Atlanta. But then he goes into the building, and then if you look at the building right here, if you look at the stuff on the wall, there's all these things about the blip, how do you survive the blip? There's the 819, 817. Again, and there's no phone number. The 800 number there is on there, but there's no phone number telling me what city they're in. So shows you that. But then this next scene, they're sitting in the house, they're eating. We're gonna pass that scene up because we're gonna go, and we're just gonna press play just a little bit, just because I need to. All right, so this scene right here, they're on the bus. It says 1 California, but if you look at the right corner, and I'm looking at it right now, and this is the only way I can tell. I'm gonna try to zoom in. That says 21st and Noe. 21st and Noe, the 1 California. You're from San Francisco, the 1 California doesn't go by 21st and Noe. So they took a street where the houses looked nice, the streets were a little wide, and they put the 1 California on there, which is kind of cool. But again, 21st and Noe, the bus doesn't go there. And then they paid homage to the Muni. The Muni bus does kind of look like that the last time I got on. And these are the newer buses. Again, I haven't been on a Muni bus in a while, but this is kind of what it looks like now. And this is exactly what everyone's doing on the bus. An exception to, I kind of wish they did, where, remember, we're going through COVID. And I know in this universe, they're probably not thinking about COVID, but it is a reality in our world. So I kind of wish that the people on this bus was wearing a mask, because we're all wearing masks, and there's a big sign on the bus that says mask required. So, for them not to wear a mask, I guess it's just a Marvel thing. But I watched this scene, and I kind of broke this scene down just because I wanted to see if I can see things in the background. If you look in the back, they're going, this area that they're going to, or on the street that they're on, this is downtown. Boarded up windows. They're downtown. They're like on Kearny Street, maybe on Kearny Street, maybe on Bush Street, but they're definitely downtown. So if you look at the back of the windows or outside the windows of the bus, you can actually see where they are. And again, I'm not pressing the volume button because I don't want to see or I don't want to get busted. But this is the scene where they fight. And what we're paying attention to, again, we're paying attention to the outside of the bus. We're just showing you the outside of the bus. Again, this looks like Bush Street from the outside of the bus, the streets that they're on. Shang-Chi gets into a fight. Okay, so let's just fast forward a little bit. So again, just the outside parts of the bus. And then you see, if you look really close, they're somewhere now. I want to say they're driving down O'Farrell. So it looks like they're on O'Farrell, just because you can see the stuff in the background. Then here comes Razor Fist. This whole sequence of them fighting, it's a big sequence. And again, there's some scenes where, like right here, they're next to a cable car. So it's like, okay, no buses are ever near a cable car like that here in San Francisco. Cable car has their own lines, and there's never a bus next to a cable car. So that's just done for the movie because there's nothing like that here. That looks like they're going downhill, so it's probably down Bush Street again. Like I said, Bush Street, it's an easy street to close. That scene right there, let me just back it up just a little bit. She's saying, "Who are you?" He doesn't know who she is. Here comes Razor Fist. But there's a scene where the bus driver is about to pass out. So if you look at that right there, you look at the building right in front of the bus on the other side of the bus, it's called Top of the Mark. So remember I told you guys earlier about the cable car lines, and the cable car lines is on California, and this is actually on Powell Street. So Top of the Mark is the Mark Hopkins, and Mark Hopkins is on Powell Street. So this is an area on Powell Street, which is kind of cool because, again, they're showing parts of San Francisco. This right here kind of got me because I was like, okay, where is this? Because you see the little Chinese pagoda right there on the right-hand side. But as soon as I zoom in, you guys look up there, it says Powell Street. So I guess that's on Powell, and I want to say this is California. So maybe they're on Powell in California in this scene. And if you're on California, California runs into Chinatown. So they're on their way, looks like they're on their way down, going towards the Embarcadero down Chinatown, which is kind of cool. It's a little cool homage again. The bus driver hits his head, no one's driving the bus. And then this scene right here is a cool shot because this is definitely California Street right here. And the only reason why you can see that it's California Street, let me see if I can back it up just a little bit. Knowing me, I won't be able to. But if you look at the top, the very top of the screen is the end of the line. And you can see the Bay Bridge right above there. So that's kind of a cool San Francisco shot that they're doing right here. Again, it's a nice bus. It's a cable car line. Buses and cable car don't ride on the same line together. So this is for Marvel. And then if you look at the ad right here, it says, "Let the music take control." It's little signs that they have on the bus in San Francisco, but this is cool. 2706. That's definitely a Easter egg homage to Marvel. You guys got to figure out what that is, because I don't know. That's all it is. I don't know. But then, again, the fight scene on the bus. This fight scene kind of. It was a cool fight scene, but I was like, how did the whole fight scene happen on the bus? How? The bus is going out of control. It's coming down. She takes over the bus, Awkwafina, he's hanging off the bus. And then this right here, if you look at the tunnel, is that the Broadway tunnel? You see the Academy of Art right there. You see another things on the left right there. So this is actually, I want to say this is the Stockton Tunnel. And the only reason why I say that is because that looks like right above him where he is, it looks like Bush Street. You can tell there's tracks on the ground. So I have to actually check and see where this area is. But it looks like the Broadway tunnel. Now they're fighting on the tunnel, or the Stockton Tunnel, I'm sorry. They're fighting on the tunnel. I was kind of hoping to show where they were coming out of, but then it was like totally different shot. This right here, if we zoom in, that's on Mason Street. So this looks like it's Bush Street, Bush and Mason, only because the Summer Place, the little bar right there on the left, the top left right here, the Summer Place, that's on Bush. So it looks like they're on Bush Street. Typical San Francisco, they're always doing some kind of construction, messes up the traffic in the city. So Bush and Mason is what they're coming down on. Let's see what else. Now this scene right here, it makes me laugh because now they went from California Street, Bush and Mason, then now they're on, supposed to be Hyde Street, but they're not on Hyde Street because Hyde Street has cable car lines, so they can't go down Hyde Street. So they have to slowly go down a different, we're going to slowly just fast forward or watch this scene just because, see, now they're like in Ghirardelli Square area. Let's go back to that just a little bit because they're supposed to be, this is the fight scene in the tunnel. They're fighting in the tunnel. And then when they come out of the tunnel, they're in a totally different part of San Francisco. So that is the Stockton Tunnel, just because you can see the difference in the signs. And then you can see that it's a totally different spot on Stockton Street. So they probably took these scenes so many times. And it's funny because I'm going to show you guys something kind of a cool thing. And I saw this in the movie theater when we watched this in the movie, but I'm going to pause it. I'm going to try to pause it right when I can pause it. But right there, you see the pictures on the window? You see the pictures on the window on the right there, right where Razor Fist's hands is. Zoom in right there. So this is Bush Street, and that's where I went to school to become a medical assistant. That's where I went to school to become a medical assistant. That's where I went to school to get my phlebotomy license. So how cool is that that actually made the shot? So this is definitely Bush Street right here. And then they pass right by Chinatown. They don't go into Chinatown. And then he's saying something to him. I forget what they're saying. And then he hits the stop button. Then they make that left on Mason. He kicks. And then now they're at Ghirardelli Square. We can see the Ghirardelli Square sign right there. And you can see Fisherman's Wharf. You got the CVS right there on the right. And it still says one California. See where it says one California? Right now in San Francisco, it says mask required. And then it shows the name of the bus. So again, this, I guess in the MCU, there's no COVID going on. But I think that's it. I think that's the last San Francisco scene that they have. So let me just skim through this real quick. So that's a cool shot of Aquatic Pier right there. And then Disney Plus decides to, let me think about what you're doing right now. I might pause you just a little bit. Let me go ahead and get rid of the screen because I don't want it to pause me. But this is a cool homage to San Francisco and what San Francisco is doing and what they do. And what I love about Marvel movies is Marvel movies are always representing the city of San Francisco. We have Ant-Man and the Wasp was in San Francisco. Venom 1, Venom Carnage, Let There Be Carnage. It's a Marvel movie, but it's a Sony production. That was in San Francisco. What else is San Francisco? Hulk, the first Hulk, not the Incredible Hulk, but the first Hulk. That was shot in San Francisco. Some scenes were shot in San Francisco. So Marvel loves to do scenes in San Francisco. And I did this whole Marvel filming location. You guys can check that out in my vlogs as well. But this is like pausing on me. But yeah, it's a cool homage. I love how Marvel does this in San Francisco. And I love how they pay respects to San Francisco. And they show San Francisco and they show all these scenes in San Francisco. Again, in this scene right here, you can see in the background, you can see Aquatic Pier. You can see the steamship that we have. You can see Alcatraz way at the top. That's not the name of our company. SFC is not the name of our trash company. But again, it's a cool homage, and I love how Marvel does this, and I love how Marvel is part of the MCU. And it's like whenever Shang-Chi comes out, you know, you're going to see San Francisco, you're going to see all these scenes in San Francisco, and then here they're back at Bush and Van Ness, or Bush and Mason, because that's where they stole the necklace. But that was it. That's pretty much all that they have here in San Francisco. And again, if you guys haven't watched Shang-Chi, go ahead and watch Shang-Chi. It was a cool homage. This is the reason why I couldn't get out and do any of the locations, on filming locations, just because it's just hard to get to. I mean, trust me, I want to do it. I want to get to it. But then you guys just saw what I just showed you guys. And then the whole bus fight scene, they were like, you can just see the backgrounds of where they were. I saw the school that I went to. You can see that. You can see Chinatown in the background. You can see the same buildings in the background. And that's one thing Marvel does, and I saw this in Venom, the very first Venom, is they were just driving around Broadway Street, and they were just making loops around Broadway Street, and they were just cutting different scenes around Broadway Street. So good homage, but it's a good way for San Francisco. The tourism in San Francisco needs to come back, and you know, this is kind of cool for them to do this for us. I mean, we do need it, you know, with everything that we went through COVID. We do need this, and it was kind of cool for Marvel to say, you know what, let me show you guys parts of San Francisco. Let's film in San Francisco. Let's do things in San Francisco. Let's help the San Franciscans get back on their feet, which is cool, and I love how they do this. So now we have 2 characters based out of San Francisco. We have Shang-Chi, and we have Ant-Man and the Wasp. Actually, 3 characters, Ant-Man and the Wasp. So are they going to tie in together? Are they going to be part of the universe, the MC universe? I don't know. I can't wait to see. This movie I enjoyed a little bit more than the Eternals. A lot of people were like, I like the Eternals. And again, if you guys watch my video from yesterday about what I talked about the Eternals, I wasn't really keen on the Eternals. This one had a little more action, had a little more fight scene. First Asian Marvel character that Marvel introduced, which was kind of cool. And the whole storyline from beginning to end, it started fast. There was no boring parts in this movie. Maybe a couple scenes here and there that were just like, you know, you're like, oh. But it started fast. It was a good movie. It's definitely recommended movie. It's on Disney Plus, so don't tell me, oh, I don't want to spend money. If you get Disney Plus, go check out Shang-Chi. It's pretty cool. That's it. That's all I got. San Francisco, Shang-Chi filming locations. Again, I don't want to get in trouble with certain areas and certain things that I can't touch and I can't film. So I just showed you guys the filming locations on the screen. The screen was up here. My right is that left. My left is that right. So confusing. So confusing. Thanks, OBS, for making this confusing. But yeah, hope you guys liked this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. I will definitely put out another vlog sometime, maybe after Thanksgiving. Maybe after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is this weekend. Everyone have a safe Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Eat lots of turkey. Drink lots of whatever you're going to drink. And make sure you guys reserve bathroom time, because a lot of us who don't have more than one bathroom, we need bathroom time. We do. We do. But until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Again, thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me comments down below. Let me know what you think about this movie. You guys like this movie? You didn't like this movie? Some people are kind of torn on this movie. Some people, you know, they love the movie. Some people hated the movie. So let me know what you guys think about this movie. I liked the movie. I enjoyed it. I can't wait for part 2. I kind of see him as, and a lot of people got mad at me when I said this, I see him as the new Chris Evans. Whoa. How about the new Shang-Chi? There you go. That's a lot better. Shang-Chi. All right. But until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Follow me on Patreon. And you guys could always donate on my Venmo so I can show you guys more content like this on a daily, on a weekly, whenever I can post something out. And let me know what you guys think about the background. Do you guys like this background? Do you guys like the whole green screen going on? I got some people who are torn with the green screen. Some people are like, eh. Some people are like, I like that Asian look you had in the back going on better. I kind of like this. It kind of represents everything that I'm showing you guys. There's a car that just passed by. It's probably Shang-Chi on the bus. Shang-Chi, not Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi on the bus. But again, thank you guys for watching. Vlog's ended, guys. Go in peace. I didn't even get to play my Lotus Chinese traditional music by Hong Ting that you can download on Apple Music. This was supposed to be my background music when I was showing you guys the scenes. And I totally forgot. I made this.